All right, everyone, welcome to 90 Day Fiance Recap Chat. It's another one. It's not actually 90 Day Fiance, but it's the recaps the other way. 90 Day Fiance is a reality show that follows couples, one from the U.S., another from the other country. When it comes to the partner, one's from the U.S., one's from the other country. We see their relationship ups and downs, along with cultural barriers, language boundaries, the whole 90-day visa process, getting married outside of your country, all the legal ramifications of that, the deadline, you only got 90 days, it's 90 Day Fiance. And this is the spinoff the other way. Let's go right into it, starting with Anthony and Mignon. At this point, Anthony and Mignon, they were in that dungeon the other day, the love dungeon. So now it seems like things are looking up. Well, what a surprise. Things are improving with Mignon and Anthony and her relationship with Ben. They show clips and everything. They're now on the hunt for a house. But she's also partnered with her friend on a beauty brand. And they met with someone from an agency that's going to help them to get started. Oh, but there's one problem. Anthony doesn't know she's been working on this business. He thinks she's been over there hanging with her friend, trying to get the paperwork ready for this house they've been looking at. So he picks her up, greets her with a kiss. Everything's looking great. Now she says, I'm going to break this news to him. And basically that she started working on her beauty brand and she just wants him to be on board. She now has her friend helping her, so it won't be so much of her just doing it on her own. Also, they need to invest money. That may be an issue. They need $5 to $10K to start. But she says, no, I'm going to find my own money. I'm not going to touch any of the money for the house. And Anthony, he's a little reluctant, but he appears to be on board in front of her friend. But when they get out to the car, he voices his opinion and his doubts about things. I don't know if he tells her this, but he said he was kind of angry that she kind of threw this on him in front of the friend. It should have been a private conversation. He was totally unaware, and I get that part as well. But he has his concerns about her. He's saying, we shouldn't try to go backward when we've been doing so well. Living at your parents' house and you're trying to work and all of this, is this going to make you crack at some point? And she's like, no, I want to work. I need to work. I need to make some real money. Instead of being negative, can you please encourage me and not bring me down? And he says to her, you know what? Okay, as far as the tone that we talk to each other in, it goes both ways. Yeah, I agree with him on that. So she's saying, encourage me more. And he's saying, find a healthy balance. So I hope that they get to that point, because it seems like we just keep seeing the same argument over and over again. Just when things were looking up. It's all business for Jenny and Submit. We're back at the family cafe. They have a customer that comes and says, he loves the coffees with fresh beans. And he says it's unique. They don't really have that around. So, I think the gentleman wants to pay electronically, so Submit handles that. And the dad's supposed to handle the actual cash transactions because Jenny doesn't really know the money. So it looks like things are going well. I guess she's getting the coffee machine going better. More customers are coming through, and she doesn't really know how to exchange the cash. So she asks Dad to help. He gives her so much money back, and she gives all the money to the customer. Turn to find out, he gave her all of the change that he had, so they lost money on that sale. And they're getting upset at her, like, why didn't you know how much it was? And she said, I told you I don't know how to handle this money. I don't know the exchange rates. And, she's been living there for so long. I do think that she probably should know that by now. But seeing that you guys have just started this business, I think you guys really, Dad, you really should have been more on top of it instead of expecting her to know everything. Submit also gets angry at her and saying you should know the change. It's not even that difficult to know it. And I could see where all of them coming from, but I'm looking at Jenny as someone that's starting at a new business and having to give people change back. It's different than spending your own money. There's a point of nerves to it, especially like if you're running a stand or something like that. If you've ever worked in the industry where you have to, be the cashier and you have to ring up the items and then you have to work this difficult machine that what she has to do. And then you have to figure out the money, and this is not her first-hand knowledge with this money. I see where she's coming from. Submit's getting angry at her. I understand that, but I feel like, come on, give her a break. At least she's there working. The customers are happy. Everybody's kind of liking it there. Things are getting boosted, even though his friend came and tried to put things down. Things are getting better, and Submit says that every time. But there's always some type of a setback. But I think this is something that they could work out, something that they could figure out. So I hope that happens because everything seemed to be going well. The life of family entrepreneurs. Greta and Matthew, we don't see a lot from them this time because Greta basically cut things off. She's staying at a hotel that he dropped her off at because she basically doesn't love him anymore and she wants to be done with this relationship. Now she's sitting there feeling alone. It's just hitting her. She said he was always there supportive and wanted to give her the world. And she's shocked that she let that go. Now she misses him. Like, what does she really want here? Too much back and forth. What is this? Meanwhile, he's sad and lonely and shocked himself. He's talking to Dad. And Dad says, really, she's only been here for 4 days. And the family's just blindsided by her reaction to everything. And he says that for her, she is in love with the thrill. She feels like love is supposed to be a thrilling feeling every moment. And Dad's like, no, but love is really hard. It's something that you have to work at. Of course, that's something that we all know. Dad is disappointed and he really wants things to work. So he's like, what can I do to help you? So Matthew says she really respects you, so maybe you could talk to her for me because she really doesn't want to talk to me. She wants space, but she probably will hear you from where you're coming from. And Matt just wants to exhaust all possibilities and do everything he can, so at least he knows that he tried to make this relationship work. At this point, I think Greta's confused, and she's got me confused too. The whole family's now confused. Where's Apple when you need him? So this recap isn't very long because we're already to Madeline and Luke. And business and pleasure kind of combined because now they're trying to get ready for this wedding. But Luke sees this as a business opportunity to go check out the land and the property that they're trying to build for their next business venture. While Madeline appears she's trying to prep for the wedding, but she's not trying to prep for the wedding. I don't know. They're going to go look at this land in this paradise area where he loves, where he asked her to marry him, etc., etc. But on the way, she's feeling sick. Well, actually, before they leave, she's saying the food tastes bad. She's feeling sick. She says she feels so bad, but she looks so good. He laughs and says, "You're crazy." But on their way, she has to pull over. She's the one driving. Now she has to pull over to release something from her mouth area. I don't even want to say the word, but you guys know. All of these signs seem to be coming together, but he's still really not getting it to me. He's still trying to go see this land, right? So he stops the car, and he drives. Then she needs something else. She has to make another stop. But you guys kind of know what's going on, right? So she wants these lemons or whatever. So he gets the lemons, but he doesn't hand them to her. So now she's yelling about him not handing her the lemon. He wants him to pull over and hand her the lemon. Like, well, the lemons are right back there in the bag. You can't just reach for them. So then she starts mentioning about how they were together unprotected. She's getting moody at him. She's telling him she hates him. It's too late. Now that he wants to pull over and give her the lemon, she's like, it's too late. I hate you anyway. Just forget it, right? So this is kind of how she acts all the time. But there's a twist to it this time, I guess. So they're at this paradise property that they're investing in, and the guy is kind of showing them the plans and how things are going to look. And as they're going through the property, he's telling her, "Come on, Madeline, vamos, vamos," which means let's go, vamos, 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 or something like that, right? I thought that was kind of rude. He knows she's not feeling well, so he's like, come on, let's go, hurry up. Like, he's rushing her, and he knows she's not feeling the best. So they're going to have this boutique, resort, bar, etc. They're going to have like this whole little small community here. It sounds like it's going to be fantastic. They're so happy. They're looking at the plans until the guy leaves, and then she's there like, okay. Then he's like, all of this space is going to be in my name, except this one lot right here where we're going to live on, that's going to be in our name. And so she gets upset. She's thinking about what their conversation before about things being in whose name, but he did say the lot. He didn't say the whole thing. He said the lot, which does not mean the whole thing, I guess. I don't know. Would be in their name. He's basically fearful and says he really doesn't want her name on anything because he thinks she's going to divorce him the next day. So she's mad at him again. She nearly cusses him out. She's not getting super PO'd as she has in the past. She's kind of holding it down. He's like, well, this is our wedding weekend. Don't get upset. She's whimpering in the car, and he finally gets in the car. And I'm thinking that this guy's really controlling. But anyway, they have another in-depth discussion when they return. And she says there's been signs for weeks about the way she's been reacting to food. She's been tired. She's been moody. It's taking him a year to finally think of it. She keeps asking him, like, you're pregnant? So she has a pregnancy test, and they're going to find out. All right, so if she's pregnant, I think that Luke is going to be happy because he basically, in a way, has trapped her. Of course, she could leave if she wanted to, but they're on the verge of getting married. She's pregnant, and it kind of makes her possibly feel like, hey, I have to stick to this. Now I have a family. I want my kid to have a dad. She could have all those feelings. And she said she told him she didn't want to be unprotected, or she was warning him about it, but she still went through with it anyway, of course. So it sounds like, it was his idea not to be protected. And the way that he's trying to hold on to her and control her, he doesn't want her name on any of the properties because he thinks she's going to leave him and take his stuff. That basically all she wants is his stuff. If you're that worried about it, then why are you trying to marry somebody that you think is just going to take everything that you have? Then why even try to marry them? If you want to live there and get all these properties and do all this business, why don't you do that? Grow your business and, stick around and see if she still wants to be in your life. See if she's loyal. Give it a little bit more time. Live in the same area. That can tell a lot. Then if everything goes well, okay, get married. Why are you trying to force a marriage with somebody that you don't even trust? And you know how they say women trap men by getting pregnant? Well, I think he could be trying to trap her by getting her pregnant because she is ready to go, has been ready to go multiple times. They don't even know what they're doing with this wedding situation. They half even like each other for most of the time, and she's always yelling at him and doesn't trust him. So it's like, what are you guys even doing, and why are you controlling this young lady so that she'll marry you because of what you think? All there is to you in the relationship is what you have to offer her. You don't think more highly of yourself that you're worth it as a person, that she would love to be with you just for who you are. And if she doesn't, because she does seem like she's kind of bratty and expects to get things as well. I won't say she's full brat or she's full gold digger, but there's a lot of that there. Why would you try to be with someone like that? So I'm just going in a circle like they did. I don't understand why they're trying to be together, but they don't get along. But he thinks she wants her stuff, but he still wants her to be with him. So he's trying to control the situation and not put her name on anything, but she wants her name on things. And I don't know if she wants that because she's going to leave him, or she just wants to have some sense of control over some of the business matters that she's already been helping him with in the first place, when I feel like she deserves that on some level. So I'm confused. But if she's pregnant right now, I think Luke is the one that's going to be celebrating, because she's going to feel trapped into this this relationship, and to really seal the deal of getting married on this weekend, even though they're still battling. All right, that's my thoughts. What do you guys think? Thoughts, comments, questions, email me at cbiztv@yahoo.com. We'll talk again, guys. Faith, love, and trends. All the best. God bless.